So here we are again, back in our room 2 safe space with Miss Meri. And today I wanted to see how she would respond to opportunities to investigate just some very innocuous items on the floor. I'm using some training treats that she seems to really enjoy, yes. And what I did was, yep, good girl. I would use that magical marker word that we introduced about a month ago. Just yep, Y-E-P. Anytime she visually focused on the cardboard items that are here on the floor. And then I wanted to drop some of these snacks on the ground near those items to encourage her to investigate the area immediately around them. Now, as you can see, she is practicing some avoidance behaviors. Initially, she was looking at the cardboard, but then decided that it was a little concerning and didn't want to acknowledge it, and is choosing to sit for me, which is always a good choice. I always want to reward that. So what does this do for her? Why are we throwing cardboard on the ground? This creates very low level, like non-risk, like literally no risk stressors. The cardboard is not going to do anything except make some noises and potentially shuffle around under her feet if she decides to interact with it in any way. This paper towel roll, if she does knock it too hard, it's going to fall over and it's going to make a noise. But other than that, it doesn't do anything to her directly. I know you're being so brave. So these just create very low risk opportunities for her to interact with the environment, try new things, experience new sensations. Good girl. And cause reactions in her world. Things knocking over, things shuffling under her feet, changes in texture or sensation. Those are all things that she has been reacting to up to this point with fear and uncertainty. And we're still getting a little bit of that fear and uncertainty, but initially she wasn't even willing to walk past any of these, yeah, good girl, any of these items or acknowledge their existence. But just by placing myself strategically, because she does want to be near her people, she started being willing to walk around these things. And as she walked around them, she'd get a little curious. Yep, good girl. A little confused and a little interested in what might happen if she went and sniffed at one of them. Good girl. And I took that sniff as an opportunity to, yeah, good girl, to reinforce. So what just happened was her tail actually smacked against the standing cardboard there, made a noise. And you saw her kind of whip her head around like, oh my God, that was a noise. But then she took some more cookies. So not only are we giving her low risk opportunities to interact with new things in her environment, but we're also practicing some counter conditioning techniques. If something does fall over, if she does cause a noise to happen or a change to the environment and she reacts to that, immediately throw a whole bunch of cookies down or just get your hands on her. Just to override whatever fear response she might have because of the sudden subtle change. So she took some treats immediately after smacking that box with her tail. And that's going to start to fade this need for her to just kind of shut down inside. And basically what she practices is what we call learned helplessness in behavior modification. She has just been through so many experiences when she, like right now, she has just kind of shut down. She's decided she's done trying to puzzle out what I need from her. She's just going to take a little mental and physical break. But she has probably been through so many experiences in her life when she didn't have a choice in what was going on, that she just learned to freeze and kind of dissociate, just like we humans would, where she just kind of sits in a corner or sits against someone, and you'll see her eyes literally fog over. They'll just lose focus. She'll just stare off into the distance. She won't want to make any eye contact with anybody, sniff, smell, react to any sounds. She just mentally shuts down and goes somewhere else. We saw that during her groom today. She was a very good girl for us. She was a very good girl because she was shut down. She just mentally went somewhere else until the sensations we put her through were done. And now she's nice and fluffy and pretty and perfect, but she did not necessarily enjoy the process. So what can you do about this at home? When are you going to throw these cardboard boxes into the mix during your day-to-day routine? Well, you mentioned when you dropped her off that she is really enjoying some fresh pet in addition to her meals. So I would invite you to create these little obstacle courses with some cardboard boxes, some toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls, and put the fresh pet on these cardboard boxes. If you freeze the fresh pet, what you can do is you can like slice it while it's refrigerated, and then you can freeze those slices, and then they will break up very nicely into small little morsels that you can place strategically on and around little cardboard obstacle courses for her to navigate and locate and find. This does several things. I already mentioned that it invites her to interact with the environment and try new things and get rewarded for trying new things. It also engages her innate need to forage and smell and use her nose to locate sustenance. That is a natural behavior that she probably didn't get much opportunity to practice in the first couple of years of her life. So it's something that we can just really build on. We can engage that instinctive need to smell and locate items using that strong sense of smell that she has. And you can create this opportunity in various areas of your house. I would recommend picking one space each week. So start with the most familiar feeding area where she is used to seeing her food bowl with her fresh pet, and just add one box to the process and place the fresh pet in and on or around that box. And then you can add a toilet paper roll, and then you can add another box, so on and so forth, until she is confidently approaching and navigating and eating off of these little bitty items. You can up the ante to the point of potentially like putting a paper towel on the floor and popping a couple of the fresh pet morsels underneath that paper towel for her to sniff and then have to actually dig or somehow alter the environment in order to get access to that fresh pet morsel. This little exercise is going to really help her build confidence when it comes to sustaining herself with a very basic resource, but it's disconnected from you, the handler. And right now, you as the handler are the main source of support and comfort and confidence that she has. We need to create an independent opportunity for her to practice and succeed at changing her environment herself so that she can build confidence in her own abilities, not in your ability to help her cope. Not that we don't love snuggling. We love snuggling, and it's very sweet to see her just crawl right up in your lap and demand pets. But we do want her to get confident in wandering and investigating and locating opportunities for her to try new things and get rewarded. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions about introducing this process. In addition to this, we spent some time in our front lobby space during our lunch hour so that she could listen to and hear and receive affection from our receptionists as they answered phones and listened to music, and as a couple of clients came and went. That was very overwhelming for her. She did kind of shut down a little bit and go into the fog for, I would say, probably about 5 or 6 minutes. She was just kind of in this frozen state of, there is a lot going on around me. But we ended with her choosing to move towards me, receive some affection, and lay next to me while she received pets and just watch things happen. And then she voluntarily moved with me back to this space so we could start recording this video. So I'm going to call that some progress. I also call the fact that she has picked a new secondary safe location at home with you. That is more progress. And we can introduce these kind of obstacle courses, or I like to call them like hunt and hide, or just, interactive enrichment, food enrichment specifically. This is going to help her build confidence and get immediate rewards that are not directly connected to you as her handler. Okay?
You did so good for me. You were very brave. You were. You were very brave today. And I appreciate all your hard work. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.